There's never been a better time to be a Borough fan. Wembley bound for the third time in a year, Brown Robson's men are rewriting the history books. An incredible roller coaster story for the men from the Riverside. Ravanelli, Emerson and Juninho have all departed, but this is a brilliant new look Borough side, inspired by Magic Man Paul Merson, the new darling of the fans. And what an impact Merson and his new teammates have made.
And here's a great chance for the Italian. It's 2-0 to Middlesbrough.
This exclusive programme is a tribute to the new Robbo's hit squad, featuring the road to Wembley and top-class action from Borough's bid to bounce back to the Premiership.
Armstrong taking it down, well, Armstrong gets his shot in, and he scored as well! And Alan Armstrong has scored on his debut! Oh, it's the right week to make your debut for Middlesbrough!
Meanwhile, Bernie Slaven has been signed up for a starring role on Borough TV, our brand new cable show. And we'll be featuring his exclusive interview with the Magic Man.
But I've got to keep on playing well for Middlesbrough, you know, and the first aim is to go up with Middlesbrough Football Club. You know, the World Cup lasts for a month or two. You know, I'm here for 5 years and I don't really want to be playing in Division 1 for too much longer.
We kick off with action from the league match with Queen's Park Rangers. The season is just 3 months old and Borough start the day in 6th place.
Free kick just inside then, the QPR half. It was a case of a long, quick clearance there by Schwartz.
Long clearance, bounced off the greasy surface. Both of them went for it. They tried to strangle Merson.
Free kick. Emerson is there, wants to take it out towards the right of Madison. Madison now with possession. He curls it towards the edge of the box. Up goes Pearson, get the touch on. Mikkel Beck on the turn. Beck scores! And the relief of Mikkel Beck. All of the pressure, all of the confidence that had drained away from the Great Dane now returns with a massive surge. It's Middlesbrough 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0. He's now the top scorer, 7 for the season, but the most important one because it restores confidence and gives Borough the lead.
Yeah, the great downward header by Nigel Pearson, and that's a great goal, great finish, keeper wrong-footed, and let's hope that does his confidence well and good. That was a great finish.
Back goes Andy Townsend. Derek White now striding forward. Last week's Bradley's the Jewellers man of the match at Molineux, and White just looks to Mikkel Beck. Beck to Emerson. Emerson seems full of it today, and Emerson's taking a charge against the entire QPR back line. Emerson wants to feed him back inside the box. Beck drilled, the goalkeeper loses it. Goalkeeper grabs it second time. But oh, Emerson actually seemed like a tank as he was charging at QPR. Madison assesses his options. Beck comes short. Madison plays it to Emerson. To Beck. Good interchange passing play. Emerson near side on the right against Danny Maddox. And Maddox keeping his control. And Maddox playing it out. That was good defensive work, Andy.
It was very good defending. Good movement again there for Beck, Emerson. They're all playing their part today.
9 minutes away from half-time. Hignett. Good work by Hignett. Right-footed ball inside 6 yards. Merson is there. Shot. Merson! Magic Man! Middlesbrough 2. Queen's Park Rangers 0, celebrating an England call-up, but also celebrating Borough's second. Merson, cool, clinical, efficient, 2-0.
Yeah, great ball there for Craig Hignett, onto his knee, volleyed it across the box. Here it is, lovely flick over the defender's head. Great ball in. I thought Mikkel Beck was going to get it, just failed to get there. Good control with Paul Merson. I think there was a slight use of the top of the arm. It was a great right foot finish, 2-0.
And they're matching each other, stride for stride. Beck goes into the lead as top scorer on 7. Then all of a sudden Merson, he's now 7.
Yeah, 7-0.
Middlesbrough coming forward again looking for their third. Merson plays it back into Ormerod. Will his pace be crucial? Ormerod edge of the area. Ormerod, yes! The youngster from Broughton does a hoop of delight. Spring-heeled Ormerod. And Ormerod's low drive into the bottom corner rounds off a splendid afternoon. Borough 3, QPR 0, and the broad beam of Ormerod tells you the youngster enjoyed it.
After 2 successive cup final defeats, Borough began the season with more incentive than any other club to get back to Wembley. And the dream of making it third time lucky began to take shape in the early rounds of the Coca-Cola Cup, starting at home to Barnet.
Beck again gets to it. Weira. Musto, the Middlesbrough captain. Awesome touch that from Ormerod. Musto in the middle, gets it across there. Freestone, can he turn and get a shot in? It's a goal from Freestone. Chris Freestone cashes in there. A sharp turn and a good finish, and the man in form in the reserves has struck for the first team. A good ball in there. The defence for once was stretching. Freestone was a good first touch, and he pulled it right across the face of the goal, and Harrison was cut out.
Final minute of the first half. Emerson's corner. Bester couldn't reach it, Beck did, and in doing so has given Middlesbrough the lead on the night and double their aggregate lead in the final minute of the first half. It's Mikael Beck's third goal of the season.
Well, that really was a blow to Barnet, just on the stroke of half-time. Emerson took an age to take this free kick when Fester bundled into the back of, I think it was Warren Goodhine there, and all of a sudden it created a space there for Michael Beck, and it's a powerful downward header, which Phil Simpson on the line could do nothing about there. It's just bounced over the top of him with far too much pace.
Beck has run offside. Merson had to hold on. He did well there. This is Harrison. Now Beck's onside. He's got support too from Emerson and from Ormerod. Harrison getting outside of him. This is Harrison. And now Beck. And down he goes under the challenge from Onweri, and that's a penalty. Well, you can see what Barnet thought about it. But Beck knocked it beyond the defender, and I don't think Onweri quite got the ball. Let's see.
Well, I think you'll find that Onweri did catch him there, certainly caught his trailing leg, and Beck didn't need any encouragement to go down there. And I think you'll find the referee is correct for that decision.
We're approaching the midpoint in the second half. And an opportunity here, surely for Middlesbrough, to bury Barnet once and for all. It'll be Paul Merson. And he sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And Middlesbrough lead 2-0 on the night and 3-0 on aggregate. And the expression on Paul Merson's face suggests that he thinks Middlesbrough have done their job. Paul Merson's second goal for his new club. And Edwin Sotomayor just throws it out to the far side of play, and Sunderland come once more. The run is made there into the right channel by Craig Russell, but Borough clear it. And now Emerson has a couple of yards. Merson goes on the first run, but he spots Andy Campbell splendidly. Campbell! Goal! Andy Campbell squeezes the ball underneath the Sunderland goalkeeper, Edwin Sotomayor. He may well have been against the run of play at the start of the second half, but Middlesbrough breaking out of the Sunderland stranglehold to magnificent effect. It's Borough 1, Sunderland 0. The youngster has the glory. It's Campbell.
Yeah, it was a great ball through to Campbell. Good control, kept his head, and a cool finish by the oncoming keeper, the onrushing keeper. Great goal.
And Gary Rowell, presumably Sunderland must be kicking themselves.
It's unbelievable, really, because I mean, the lad took it well there, but Sunderland must think they should have been 1-0 up. Instead, 2 minutes later, they're 1-0 down, and it can be cruel.
Harrison, great first-time ball to Craig Hignett. Hignett to Musto. Good tempo from the Borough now. Will they have a grandstand finish of their own to the game? With 60 seconds away from the full-time whistle, and Borough lose possession and their way a little bit on the right. But I don't think too much is lost because the rescue possession side their own half. Fester to Musto. Musto to Harrison. Near side the left. On now to Emerson, who lets it go on, and Andy Campbell may profit inside the area. Sunderland clear their lines. Bernie the Bradleys for Jewellers Cleans, leading independent Jewellers, man of the match.
Yes, I'm going to give it to Paul Merson. He showed why he's an international player. He's been superb, passing's been good, technique. He's just been a constant threat to Sunderland.
Man of the match then is Paul Merson. Craig Harrison whips it a good ball far side. Hignett could end it here. Hignett, goal!
the shot, keeper no chance, into the roof of the net, 2-0, good night Sunderland.
Gary Rowell.
Yeah, it's game over, isn't it? But major disappointment again. You know, what can you say? Middlesbrough deserve it.
Borough's second win of the season over arch-rival Sunderland set up a fourth-round tie against Bolton Wanderers. An opportunity to claim the scalp of a side from the Premiership.
Midfield role, which is an unfamiliar one to Middlesbrough fans. Beardsley just skipping around his man then. Didn't quite fall for him, he might yet. Beardsley aware. Pollock was offering the option out wide. Of course, it wasn't good enough. Gets another go at it. It's a lot better. Thompson's coming to the far post. Oh, Schwartz had to get down sharply to that one. Thompson just dropped off out wide and came around the back of the defence and nearly caused a major problem. And that was good, sharp reactions from Schwarzer. Thompson turning then and knocking it in. Schwarzer hasn't had too much to deal with close-ish range. Pollock getting a second attempt at the cross was much more effective with the left foot. Around the back came Thompson, and the angle nearly caught out Schwarzer, but the reactions excellent for such a big keeper. Anderson was cut out by that one, and saved by keeper. Thompson will take a corner kick for Bolton. It's a difficult one towards the near post. It was Fisher at the near post that caused the initial problem, and it was Madison at the far post who had to tidy up. And some more. Dangerous ball in from Thompson, a good knock on. Back out there, trying the second time, and that's a goal, and that's Alan Thompson. Now it's one of the former Newcastle men who's got the breakthrough. Never got it away, Middlesbrough, and Thompson had a couple of goes at it and was hovering. Just over half an hour gone. Thompson, first effort beaten out, was onto the rebound with the other foot, and it found its way through the crowd of players into the back of the net. Left foot didn't work, the right foot did, and Schwarzer was wrong-footed then. Ignit checking on the presence of Markfish. Ignit whipping away from the defender though, getting across into the middle. And it's Somerville. Mark Somerville challenged for it, and that's his first goal for the Borough, and it's got them level. He's been such a worker in midfield, and it was determination that got that one. Hignett too played his part, getting round Fish. Squirted it back. Somerville, it took a deflection then. And Somerville, I'm sure, will claim that one. Bergson. Blake. It's neatly played there to Scott Sellers. Always danger when he gets it on that left foot. Madison keeping with him. Sellers just opening up the room, but Madison having none of it. Shown a real crispness in his tackling so far. New Madison. A real sharpness there from Paul Merson. Skipping away from his marker. And now Merson is away. Beck is through the middle. Emerson is sprinting up to her right. And Beck just couldn't turn it on target. Was skidding away from him then, Mikkel Beck, and he had to stretch and stretch some more. And Merson was at the heart of that really dangerous break from Middlesbrough. Scampered away there, whipped in the cross, driven, got a touch on the way through. That made life even more difficult for Beck. Would have been a storming strike, that one. Franson. Through one of those phases of the game, and anybody who makes a tackle that's slightly more than enthusiastic is running the risk. Mr. yellow card. He's getting a decent bit of airing, especially during the last 5 or 10 minutes. Not a hanging offence. Franson there on Emerson, and it's another one now. And Franson is off. He'd already just been booked and he knew what it was. Wilson, touch on for Beck, can Beck get to it? Goes to lift it over the keeper, and over the bar as well. Wilson-Beck combination has already yielded 16 goals between them. And they were in harness again. Madison once again instigating the move. Good touch on there by Merson. Beck had to do something first time, and Brannigan's challenge, to give him credit, proved enough. A minute of stoppage time. That's a great run from Merson. Can he come up with here? Looking for something special. It was well charged down by Todd. Hignett hits one. Not that far away from a dramatic finale. Going to need something of a storybook finish. Emerson maybe fancied it. Hignett set himself up for it, just about a yard too high. And that may well mean extra time. Emerson. There, not bad ball back into the middle there. Wilson's at full stretch. Harrison. Oh, that's an important header from Fish, but the danger is not over yet for Bolton. Emerson is in the middle. Emerson down, and Hignett, and it's there. And Craig Hignett puts Borough ahead. 5 minutes left in extra time. Seats at the Riverside. Will it prove the winner from Craig Hignett? Ormerod got the ball back into the middle. Emerson was there, and Hignett, and he just did enough to get it past Brannigan. Emerson was looking for the shot. Not the most convincing of finishes, but he knocked it past the keeper, and that will do for Craig Hignett. I suppose it was a classic cup-time marathon in the end, wasn't it? And you finally got there.
Well, we're getting used to it after last season, but it's pleasing to go through. The lads put a lot of effort into it. And yeah, it was a passionate cup tie. There's a lot of fierce tackling going on and, you know, end-to-end stuff.
Back in the race to join the Premiership, a Friday night defeat for Nottingham Forest at Wolves has given Borough the chance to move 3 points clear at the top of the First Division. Emerson is one of the stars of the show in what proves to be his final match before leaving for Tenerife.
Outside the Middlesbrough penalty area to Jean-Luc Fester again. Midway inside the Middlesbrough half of the field, a shed away to the Borough left as Fester. Oohs, we hear from Viv Anderson. That wasn't the best ball from the Sardinian. It nearly put Curtis Fleming into a problem. And Fester back defending again, the edge of the box. Do Borough try and play too much football?
Well, they do, and you've seen on that occasion, Fester giving Fleming a bad ball.
Flick on by Michael Beck, go to Emerson. The Samba King's in, puts it past the keeper, and it also goes wide. And that's a corner. And Emerson, in his final game before a 2-match suspension, should have scored.
Yeah, good ball over the top, good touch, looked up, trying to dink over the keeper, deflected off his legs, could have went quite easily in. The keeper didn't touch it, it was a goal. Fortunate.
Emerson, back a couple of yards to Hignett. 14 minutes left. Hignett out to the near side of the play, and Curtis Fleming midway inside Reading territory for Emerson. Emerson sees Beck. Beck flicks it on. Inside the box is Andy Townsend, back to go. Townsend wants support. Curtis Fleming is there on the edge of the area. Fleming for Craig Hignett. Hit it, Higgy. Higgy hits the trap. Goal! Craig Hignett shot rips high and handsome into the top of the net, and all of the frustration, all of the agony ends with a master stroke from the Super Scouser. It's 1-0 to the Borough, and Borough flying high at the top.
Well, what a strike, glorious strike. I think he's man of the match for that goal. Great goal, had to come. Lovely square ball. He hit it first time. It was an absolute screamer.
All of a sudden, they say, I'm enjoying myself now.
Great game.
Great game now. Emerson, midway inside. Borough territory for Merson. Merson back to Hignett, the hero of the hour. On instead towards Merson now. And Merson striding between two defenders. Mikael Beck! Beck goal! The Prince of Denmark! Mikael Beck, it's 2-0! And in 2 minutes, the Terrors from Reading are banished down south where they belong. Mikael Beck right in the bottom corner. And the spoilers get what they deserve from this afternoon. Nothing. We are top of the league.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. We said if we get one, we get three. Now we'll get two. Fine ball over the top of Hignett. Good run with Paul Merson. Good control. Lucky break. Fell to Mikael Beck on his right foot. Great finish.
That was a good finish. And Mikael Beck now is top scorer in his own right with 11 goals for the season.
11 good goals at that.
On the right, though, Middlesbrough moving forward. Jaime Moreno takes it. Moreno inside the box. Moreno back. Yes! 3-0! Created in Bolivia. Finished by Denmark. And Reading definitely now, their heads are hanging. They're going away from Teesside with nothing. For a 3, Reading nil, 2 for back.
Well, I wish I was a betting man. I know the game's not finished, but we said it would be 3-0 before the game. Didn't look like that up to the opening goal. But that was good play with Moreno. Lovely ball. Beck couldn't do anything but score, and he's got 2 goals.
Borough just playing out time, or will they increase advantage to 4? On it goes to Hignett. Hignett keeping there around McPherson's on a 1-on-1. Hignett against the keeper. Hignett rolls it in! And the man of the match, Craig Hignett, salutes the crowd like an emperor, and he deserves it. Borough 4, Reading nil. 2 for Hignett, 2 for Beck, and absolutely nothing for the spoilers from Reading.
Yeah, it was a great goal, great ball through. He was left 1-on-1, kept his cool, kept his calm. Here it is, we're looking at the monitor. Lovely ball for Merson. Left 1-on-1, he shrugs off the defender, running through and goal. Keeps going, 18 yards out, strokes it by the keeper.
They worked really hard and made it difficult for us. The crowd was getting frustrated, we were getting frustrated, but in the end our quality showed through, and as soon as we got the first goal, you know, that was it, the floodgates opened.
Reading played the spoiling game, it's not good for the crowd.
No, I mean, we played really, really well the first 20 minutes, and if we'd have scored then, the game would have opened up a lot. As it was, we didn't, and they did spoil it and made it frustrating for us. But once the first goal went in, that was it.
And a second goal as well for you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I haven't scored a lot this year, I've only scored 2, so that I've doubled my total in one game, so hopefully now I can go on and score a few more.
3 weeks later, Borough had to face Reading again, this time in the quarter-finals of the Coca-Cola Cup. And this time the Royals had home advantage. It turned out to be a night of high drama.
Parkinson, then Townsend for Borough. Very competitive in that midfield. Fester. Borough sweeping forward on the break. This is Madison. Fester. Merson's in the centre, Hignett further back. Maybe Davis hadn't seen it. Here is Craig Hignett. And he's gone for glory off the post! And then Merson just failed to react to the rebound. Superb effort then from Hignett. And he was very unlucky not to score. Davis didn't really close him down here. He's allowed him a sight of goal, and he's curled that wickedly beyond Hammond. The rebound was too strong for Merson. They posted Hignett just in front of Nicky Hammond in the 6-yard box. That was Morley. Bowen to collect. The advantage being played, but Fester makes sure there isn't one for Reading. Fester, not a storming game. Beck down for Fester. He can win it here, and has done so surely. The Italian strikes Gianluca Fester, who went surging through and delivered his shot underneath the goalkeeper. But no, it's been ruled out. Offside. Well, there was confusion here for a moment. The referee ruled it out. Now, there's Merson's through ball. It must have been Beck. If anyone was offside, no way was Fester off. All eyes on Fester, who sweeps it in. And somewhere along the line, the flag presumably was up for offside. Madison's kick. Merson, it's great control, and he's let in Hignett. And surely it's all over now. And Middlesbrough have clinched their place in the semi-finals. Heartbreak for Reading. The players all protesting to the referee. They took the kick so quickly. It caught them off guard, Reading. Merson, with such a deft touch there, waited for his moment, waited for Hignett to join in, and well, he was so cool with his finish beyond Nicky Hammond, and this time the goal does stand.
Well, Robson, congratulations, you're in the semi-finals of the Coca-Cola Cup. What was your reaction on the final couple of minutes there and the goal that decided the tie?
Well, I mean, the referee was a little bit indecisive on what decision he'd actually give, and the players weren't sure. But I'm pleased that Madison, Merson and Hignett all stayed very alive at the situation. And when they realised it was an indirect free kick to us, they got on with the game where quite a few of the Reading players, you know, stood still wondering. So I'm pleased about that, you know, as far as our three players are concerned.
The distraction of the prospect of reaching Wembley for the third time in 12 months had seen Borough slip back to fourth place in the league. A win was badly needed at Stoke, and Robbo's squad was being stretched to the limit. A big responsibility for the likes of young guns Steve Baker, Andy Campbell and Mark Somerville.
And maybe without Gianluca Festa, who's serving the first of a two-match suspension that will also rule him out of the next game against Tranmere. But this Vickers-Pearson partnership in the centre of Middlesbrough's defence has had plenty of time to cement. They're very much the focal point of the last Middlesbrough promotion campaign from this division.
It's a good pairing. Brian, I know, is delighted with these two, especially the big fella, the captain.
And Campbell here has got away from Holsgrove. And Muggleton not really sure where that was going, stuck his arm out to turn it away.
I think the problem here is Campbell gets through. I don't think he's got another option here, Rob. You'll see Hignett trying to get in the box in a minute, and he's had a look up, there's nothing on, it's an acute angle, but he doesn't have an option. You know, to score from there against Muggleton would be one heck of a goal. Had he support, I think the kid would have used his left foot across the box.
What he has done is buy time for plenty of support now for this corner, which is taken by Townsend, and Pearson's head up! And the captain Marvel strikes for Middlesbrough. They've been patient in the opening quarter of an hour and get their reward.
Well, this is helped in by Tosh McKinley. I don't think he could have done too much about it, but the marking's shocking. Pearson peels away from Whittle, and McKinley with the left foot whacks it in the back of the net. Could have done better maybe if he'd have got the right foot to it, but McKinley, well, Stoke fans might be saying, where did he come from? Just with the left foot, whacks it in the net. A bad marking from Stoke's defence.
Here's Ali Pickering. Vickers.
Yeah, the service to the front players has got to be better. You know, Keane made a great run there. Pickering's ball again, favouring the defender.
Well won by Wallace, though, from Somerville. He's looking for support. Is it going to carry? The challenge was from Baker, and the penalty is given. The challenge on Tosh McKinley. Baker protests his innocence. Schwarzer carries on the protest to Phil Richards too, but he pointed to the spot.
Well, I think this is a pen. Just there, he catches him, doesn't he? He might have slightly got a touch on the ball, but really, I don't think he should be diving in there. And McKinley definitely gets a touch with the left foot. Down he goes. That's a penalty. Baker a little bit, well, inexperienced. Maybe shouldn't be diving in there. Good play, though, from Ray Wallace. He give McKinley a chance to get alongside him, then delivered the pass.
Well said, the last lead goal scorer for Stoke, other than Thorne and Forsyth, was Graham Kavanagh from a penalty. 2 he scored from the spot in the league already this season. And now against his former club, what a big moment this is. Is he going to bring Stoke back into this contest in Chris Kamara's first home game in charge? It's Kavanagh against Schwarzer. And he's done it! The little shuffle, but a perfect hit, and it's 1-1.
Tell you what a good penalty that was. Kavanagh, as you say, with a shuffle, but didn't he ping it in well? Because Schwartzer's intimidating, look at the size of him. And that's a smashing finish. Right foot, got a bit of loft on it, but power as well. There's the shuffle, bang, Schwarzer goes the right way. But the elevation, and there's, look at the smile on the manager's face. We're back in it.
Stoke with just one victory in their last 13 matches in all competitions. That was the victory that they achieved here the last time the Sky cameras were here for the game against Bradford. Hignett. Moreno. He saw the opening and he went for it. And what a wise decision it proves.
What a good start from Moreno. He looked very comfortable on the ball, good vision, good touch. This time showing he knows where the back of the net is. A little bit luck here, it comes off Baker and McKinley. He just sweeps it on the left foot, drills it low and past Muggleton. And suddenly Burra, go ahead, good strike this on the left foot. Moreno whacks it past Tweed in the far corner, kept it low. And that's a quality finish from the Bolivian, maybe in off the post, smashing strike. 2-1 Burra. Muggleton looks on, helpless.
Michael Thomas, signed on loan from Liverpool, joined Robbo's hit squad in time to face Tranmere 3 days later. And it turned out to be another profitable night as the Borough stormed back to the top of the First Division.
For Hignett inside the Tranmere half. Near side, Merson's in yards of space. Instead he goes for Mikkel Beck. Beck clear inside the box for a well-timed challenge from Mikkel Beck. It's a corner, and Mikkel Beck just couldn't get away from his opponent.
Yeah, defence splitting pass for Craig Hignett. Lovely ball into Mikkel Beck. Mikkel was just lining up to have a shot, but that was a terrific challenge for John McGreal. Well-timed challenge.
Sorry, Bernie. Middlesbrough's corner count is now 4. We reach the 30th minute of the game. Andy Townsend takes the corner, curls in a good-looking delivery, eludes everybody, and the ball will drift out of play for a Middlesbrough throw-in on this near side, and it missed everyone.
Fantastic delivery again for Andy Townsend, this time right-hand side. Nobody could get on the head on it, and it's drifted out far side for a throw-in.
Hignett will take the throw-in. Century then, with Comcast T-Side keeping you ahead of the game. 0-0. Craig Hignett buzzing in from this near flank. Great little dribble by Hignett. Back it goes. Pearson's shot, knocked over the keeper. Hignett scores! And Craig Hignett, who worked so hard to make the chance, finds the classic finish under goalkeeper Steve Simonson. Borough 1, Tranmere 0, and the Misers of 5 successive goalless draws are cracked at the Riverside.
Yeah, terrific finish for Hignett. All sent for the throw-in. We just watched on the monitor. Nice layoff there. Craig Hignett beats his man, goes to the byline, cuts it back. Good strike with the skipper Nigel Pearson. Comes right off the defender. Craig Hignett's there to side foot at home. Craig Hignett for me in opening, half hour has been the best Borough player.
And Kinder, he wasn't quite reading the intention of Mikkel Beck there and gave away possession needlessly. John McGreal. McGreal at the edge of the box. Nigel Pearson gets his clearance away. Tranmere build again, halfway, with Stephen Freer. A couple of yards it's returned inside the Tranmere half of the field, then chipped forward, just outside the Middlesbrough penalty area now, towards the right side, and Kenny Irons. Irons is tackled very well by Vladimir Kinder, and Kinder straight downfield will look for Paul Merson. Merson nips ahead of his opponent. Great work by the Red Boots of Merson. Inside the box, Merson finds the finish! It is the magic man, Paul Merson! His 13th goal of the season. It's distinctly unlucky for Tranmere, but what a smart finish. Borough 2, Tranmere 0.
International class with Merson. Nothing wrong with his Red Boots on that occasion. Rob Dave Chandler took it in towards the keeper. They were just watching the monitor. Rob Dave Chandler went towards the goal. His then 18-yard box defender came to cover, side-footed him, and that's a lovely inside his foot, bent it into the corner of the net. Keeper no chance. Terrific goal.
The expression is pick that out.
Pick that right out.
Townsend. First time on. Onside is Paul Merson. This is a one-on-one. This must be three. And it is! Magic Man shot high into the top of the net. It's Borough 3, it's Tranmere 0, and it's 14 for the season for Magic Man Merson.
Well, I don't know how Tranmere have kept so many clean sheets. Dreadful defending, caught very, very square. Merson was left 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Great ball for Townsend, over the top. Defence caught square. Merson looked up, got the ball on his chest, or his head, got it down right-footed, placed it by the goalkeeper, keeper no chance.
Meanwhile, back in the Coca-Cola Cup, a two-legged showdown with mighty Liverpool stood between Borough and a dramatic return to Wembley. Yet another quality performance from Paul Merson inspired Robbo's men in the first encounter at Anfield.
Now Harkness. Now Owen. Beaten again by Townsend, but given away by Townsend. Struggles to get it back again. And here's Paul Ince breaking now. This could be interesting. But again, they did well, Middlesbrough. And here's Andy Townsend. Beck wants it, but Andy Townsend held it up because he felt that Beck was going to be onside. But here's a great run by Merson. Here's a great chance for Middlesbrough now. And it's a terrific goal.
O'Brien, we've been saying all along about the space they're leaving behind them, Liverpool. They've gambled time after time, but that was classic. Great work to start with from Andy Townsend. A superb ball from Hignett. Steadies himself. He actually has time. They've split the defence that much. He actually has time there. He's a lot of dying. If Babs left for dead, goes in. He could have taken it even closer on the keeper. And that's the mark of confidence. He just cracks the back of the ball. What a great goal that is.
There's a picture of a man who really, in every sense, is getting his life back together again. And he's playing football with a great smile on his face most of the time. And he's scored a goal there tonight that I'm sure has brought broad smiles all across Teesside. Owen. Redknapp. Oh, a wonderful shot!
Oh, we're just eulogising him at the goal at the one end. And out of nothing, a Redknapp special. There looks to be no danger on, but there is always a danger with Liverpool because they set things up from a distance, and particularly some of these cuts across the ball there, and that no goalie on earth would save that. That is a magnificent strike. Look at that.
Well, we've been treated to two astonishing goals here tonight, and there's a most wonderful rifling drive there from Jamie Redknapp. Matteo. McManaman being pulled by Baker, and Baker is penalised. He's already on a yellow card, remember. It's a free kick for Liverpool. Dangerous possession from Middlesbrough's point of view. Another head of steam beginning to grow here. Redknapp behind it and takes it quickly, maybe too quickly. In the end, McAteer just about gets it back. Townsend there trying to get it away. Townsend, in fact, then getting it away almost as far as Beck, but it's played in again there towards McManaman and Fowler and Leonardson, and still the red shirts are swarming in that Middlesbrough penalty area. It's Jamie Redknapp again. This time it's Owen. Oh, he's got to the byline, he's pulled it back. And at last, Robbie Fowler has scored for Liverpool.
Well, it's a competition he loves, isn't it? Hasn't had the best of nights, but if you keep buying a ticket, you'll win the raffle. Great play this by the kid, though. Doesn't goes to throw it in, cuts it back, and there's Fowler. Bang. Not the easiest of chances.
No, he's had easier ones tonight, but he's let go by. But
to get across the defender then has done so.
Just 24 hours before the return leg at the Riverside, Italian superstar Marco Branca became the latest addition to Robbo's hit squad. A £1.3 million deal bringing Branca to Teesside from Inter Milan.
I want to win with the team. Then if I can make
score goals,
many goals, better.
No one expected Branca to make his debut in the Coca-Cola Cup decider with Liverpool. The Merseysiders certainly didn't, but Borough's new signing defied all the odds to make a perfect debut.
On the ball, Andy Townsend. First touch for Marco Branca. Ince, the man who recommended Branca to Middlesbrough, a great friend, of course, of Brian Robson and a former colleague of both Festa and Branca in Inter Milan. This is Mikael Beck. Turn passes from Higner. Beck. Now is he clipped there by Matteo, yes. Penalty to Middlesbrough. Inside of 90 seconds, it was Jamie Carragher who caught him.
Well, this could be the start they want to win it. Some great interplay there between Higner and Beck. Beck drives for the box. Carragher coming from the outside. I hate to see defenders doing that. Has no alternative but to chop him. Obviously a penalty.
Carragher, who's starting a match in the Liverpool defence for only the second time tonight, has given Paul Merson the opportunity to give Middlesbrough the perfect start. The aggregate scores are level. David James beaten before he could even get a touch of the ball. Paul Merson has scored the penalty. And Middlesbrough have made a dream start.
No problem at all, was it? Lovely, cool penalty. Sees which way the goalie goes, tucks it away tidy, sets the tie right up now.
Header away by Hartness, finds Fowler. Head out by Pearson, on by Ince, saw McManaman getting forward. Instead it's Robbie Fowler. Looking for Björneby overlapping, and finding only Kinder. And Merson has picked out Branca, and here's a great chance for the Italian. It's 2-0 to Middlesbrough. And Marco Branca has scored 3 minutes into his debut.
And is that his first kick in England? Well, I mean, he gets between the two centre-halves. They look at the centre-half, no marking. Great threaded ball there by Merson, and he tucks it between James's legs. But that's a superb ball. Terrible marking at the back. Liverpool's weakness, if they have one, is the way the centre-halves, I think, mark people. You know, don't mark people. There's a first-class example. We saw it in the first game, and I bet Branca, used to the defending of Italian defenders, cannot believe the space he's got.
Robbie Fowler trying to strike back immediately, forcing a save from Mark Schwarzer. What a start we've had here. Brian Robson trying to look calm.
I was just thinking that. Like, there's sort of no problem.
Ince in towards Riedler. Came off the head of Vickers. Given away by Kinder. One back by Kinder from Fowler, who is guilty of a foul.
Oh, that was theatrical, though, wasn't it, from Kinder? It may have been a foul, but it was theatrical.
Liverpool in their 10th League Cup semi-final, a record. In need of some divine intervention now to carry them through to another final.
I mean, they've barely made a chance tonight. They made two, arguably, haven't they? But they didn't. I wonder how much they'll regret those chances. They missed a lot of chances, didn't they, at Anfield in the first leg?
Middlesbrough after the roller coaster ride of last season, on the verge of returning to Wembley. Carragher, though, forward towards Fowler. Pearson watching it carefully. Came off the back of Fowler's head. Kinder was there, and Fowler's been penalised. Desperate moments these now for Liverpool.
And I think Middlesbrough will really hurry to take this kick, won't they?
Viv Anderson twice a League Cup winner as a player against Liverpool in finals for Nottingham Forest and Arsenal. Brian Robson's assistant. Free kick to Liverpool. A lot of people think it's the final whistle. McManaman takes it quickly towards Karl-Heinz Riedler. Vickers is the defender. Doesn't stand on ceremony. 3 minutes of added time play. Middlesbrough, who were 3 minutes away from winning this competition last year, will have another chance. Third time lucky. Middlesbrough are going to get a chance to find out. Twice Wembley broke their hearts on cup final day last season. Relegation could have been the final straw, but now this rejuvenated club that has never played in Europe and never won a major trophy is on course for a league and cup double that could rewrite its history once and for all. Liverpool are left to explain another broken promise as Middlesbrough head for Wembley again. A flying start, 2 goals in the opening 4 minutes from Paul Merson, and debutant Marco Franca did it. And Middlesbrough go through by an aggregate margin of 3 goals to 2.
You know you're an asshole. Yeah, I've got Robbie Musto with me. Robbie, you must be over the moon.
Can't believe it. I just can't take in such concentration in that match. Try and get a job done and to do the defensive side of it. I'm in a bit of shock.
And so a great achievement for Robbo's hit squad. Through to a 3rd successive cup final at Wembley, but this the best semi-final win of all. Liverpool over 2 legs, a much bigger hurdle than previous conquests Stockport and Chesterfield.
Marco, a great time to start with the club, isn't it? A great night tonight. You enjoy it? I'm very happy now.
Chelsea are the team awaiting Borough in the final, a chance to avenge last season's FA Cup final defeat. Meanwhile, a moment to savour for the players and the jubilant Borough fans.
I'm not wasting this.
Brian, a great game, a great team performance above all, I think.
Yeah, it was. I think in the manner of the game, semi-final and against a quality side like Liverpool, being 2-1 down, that has got to be the best performance from my team since I've been Middlesbrough manager.
A start beyond your wildest dreams, I guess, but in the end, probably the fans carried over the finishing line, I think.
Yeah, the fans have been fantastic. I mean, the atmosphere here tonight and that, they got behind the lads great. But tonight as well, we can't forget the effort that these players have put in. I mean, it was tremendous effort and discipline that they put into the game, and that's why they've got to another Wembley final.
When did you know that you were going to play Branco tonight?
After training yesterday, he showed some lovely quality in his performance, and as soon as I saw him, and I knew that he played 2 out of the last 3 Inter Milan games, so I didn't really have any problems with his fitness. So when I saw him and Merce have a bit of link up in training, I thought I'm going to throw him in at the deep end. Thankfully I did.
You think that took Liverpool by surprise?
I think it probably did, yes. Yeah, but no, that's a great result for us.
Everybody's talking about promotion, that's what we want first and foremost, but can't beat Wembley for a day out, and we'll certainly be enjoying it again. So hope we can go one better this time and win it.
Nice to go do some soup this time.
That was brilliant. Yeah, it was a brilliant performance by the lads. Everybody was brilliant, and I know the league's the main protective, but this takes some beating. It's a great performance, and now another day back at Wembley, it's a dream.
Middlesbrough people have always been talking about this club being a big club. Do you feel it is a big club now?
It's massive. If you only got to look there, the atmosphere, I've never seen anything like that before. So, when we come out at the start of the match, it was brilliant.
A great start, of course, but I think in the end the crowd carried you over the finishing line, didn't it?
Oh, definitely. We was on our last legs, but we beat one of the best teams in the country. We haven't beat someone. We have beat one of the best teams in the country, which was very pleasing.
The first half was unbelievable. Honestly, we played out of our skins. We caught them we caught them really early in the match.
In your wildest dreams, you couldn't have imagined a start like that, could you?
No, definitely not.
24 hours later, an historic week for the club also marked the launch of a new Borough TV service. Perfect timing for the new weekly shows on Comcast Channel 8 and a great insight into life inside the Riverside. The show is co-presented by Bernie Slaven, who kicked off his regular feature slot with a tribute to Borough's Man of the Season.
Hiya. This week we're going to be talking to Paul Merson. He's had a terrific season since he arrived from Arsenal, and let's go inside and we'll have a word with him. Good afternoon, Merce. As usual, lying down. How's things?
Good, thanks, mate.
So you've had a terrific season since you arrived for Arsenal. How's things went in your own mind? How's things?
Yeah, I don't think could have gone any better so far. Top of the league, and you know, still in. Well, had a good cup run, and that's the thing, really. That's as long as we go up, and at the moment we're top.
What about your goal haul? 14 goals. You know, I think what's your best in the season? What was your best at Arsenal?
16, and that was in my first season at Arsenal. So don't expect anything after this year.
I must ask you about those red boots. Where did those red boots come from?
Oh, my
boot sale.
My boot company made them, and they wanted me to wear them because of the red Borough kit. So, but they're comfortable, and hopefully all the kids will be wearing them soon.
Yeah. So what about? Obviously, I watched the game last week. England B. You were delighted to be captain. I actually read one article. You says that was probably the highlight of your career. You know, overriding your championship wins at Arsenal, your domestic cups. Where did you win the European Cup Winners' Cup? Is that right? Or
yeah,
are you just paving the way to get that World Cup?
No, not really. No, it is really, because everything I've won in football so far, you know, that's gone now. You know, that's in the past, and you know what I've done last week, captaining England B, was a great honour for me. You know, it's any kid's dream. You know, it doesn't matter what if it's A, B, or C, or as Nigel Pearson says, F or E or whatever. But no, I was very pleased. You know, what I won years ago. You know, them things are gone now. You can't keep on living on them.
Yeah. I read you were quoted as saying Emerson was a big loss at Middlesbrough. I can't recall any quotes about Ravanelli, so obviously you didn't miss him.
No, I thought we miss Emo very much. You know, he was an outstanding player, and you know his presence on the pitch was, you know, it was worth a goal really. So we missed him, and was disappointed when he went and how easy he was let go. But with Rav, no, I don't think he was missed. He was bad for team spirit. He was all for himself, and. You know, I wouldn't have signed if he was still here. You know, yeah. I made that clear.
How big a wrench was it leaving Arsenal?
No, there wasn't really. You know, this was a challenge to come up to Middlesbrough. You know, they just dropped down to another division, and it was just a big challenge, really.
You know, people questioned when you came to Borough, dropping the division. They were accusing you of lacking ambition. Did that hurt at the time?
Yeah, it did really, because people were saying I come up for the money and this and that and how I drop. But I think a lot of people will tell you, and I think people at Arsenal will say, the difference between my wages up here to my wages down in Arsenal was not very much at all. What I got offered at Arsenal was not far off this, and that's why people were surprised I left Arsenal to come to Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't that much difference in wages.
How did you get the nickname the Magic Man? Obviously came for Arsenal.
Yeah, I don't know really. I think it was off the radio, a man called Jonathan Pearce, but David Rocastle called me years ago when we was at Arsenal. I don't know why. Because the amount of drink I used to drink and not fall down, I think that's why.
Talking about Arsenal, how sweet was it scoring against Arsenal?
Yeah, it was nice to score against Arsenal. You know, the result wasn't good, but it was nice to score, and I thought second half we done ourselves proud, but first half it was a bit embarrassing, really.
Your biggest goal this season must be obviously a return to the Premiership, but you must have, you know, you must be looking forward to the World Cup, especially after your B performance.
Yeah, I've put myself in a better position after the B game than before it, obviously. So, but I've got to keep on playing well for Middlesbrough, you know, and the first aim is to go up with Middlesbrough Football Club. You know, the World Cup lasts for a month or two. You know, I'm here for 5 years, and I don't really want to be playing in Division 1 for too much longer.
What about all these signings? You know, we've went all season struggling for strike force. Obviously, yourself, Mikael Beck. All of a sudden, we've got 3 strikers.
Yeah.
Your position doesn't come under pressure, does it, Miss?
I don't know now. No one's assured of a game, really. Yeah, all of a sudden we've got loads of strikers. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. You know, I don't know anybody who's ever been happy to be sitting on the bench. So, you know, 2 or 3 people are going to be unhappy, and, you know, it's important that they're kept happy and don't spoil the team spirit.
How important is Nigel Pearson?
Yeah, he's very important to the team. You know, when Nigel's not playing, we seem to struggle. You know, and he's missed badly every time he doesn't play. You know, the more games he's fit, the more chance we've got of going up, without a doubt.
Well, looking to the season, what does it hold? You know, what are you looking for? Obvious ones.
Yeah, the obvious one is to get promoted. You know, you know, the first thing's to get back into the Premiership. You don't, you know, it's not fair on the fans neither to be playing in this division too much longer. 30,000 every week. So to get up and then hopefully to get in the cup final, and then, you know, if that all happens, and then maybe get to the World Cup with England.
You must have a great chance of going to the World Cup, you know, especially after your performance in England B team. You know, I think you were outstanding, not because you're at Borough, but the papers were raving about you, and there's certain guys didn't even want to play in the B team, but you grabbed it with both hands, and you must be feeling comfortable.
Yeah, I'm in a better position than what I was before the game, which is nice. So I've moved a step closer, but there's another 6 friendlies left yet. So, you know, hopefully I'll be able to play in a couple and do myself justice.
Well, let's hope you get to the Premiership. I'm sure you will. Let's hope you go to the World Cup. I won't come and watch you, but because I'm Irish, despite having a Scottish accent. But you've probably not read this book, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. Right? I brought this out last year. Have a wee read at it. See if you can educate yourself. See if you can learn any tips. Probably not, but have a go.
Now then, what better way to round off our programme than our next match? A glorious debut against Sunderland for Alan Armstrong. The £1.6 million addition to Robbo's hit squad from Stockport. Armstrong and Branca hitting it off in perfect fashion to send Borough storming back to the top of the First Division.
He was always turning as well. Merson takes it on again. Merson fancies having a run. Still Merson, and he found Townsend, and Branca's got a chance. And Branca scores. It's another Italian job. Marco Branca, 2 in 2 games. It's his league debut. And Branca takes the applause. Merson, the run just kept on going, and a great reverse ball to Townsend. First time to Branca, was on his low, and Perez got a hand to it, but Branca put it away. Merson, the heart and the inspiration. What a great ball to Townsend. The marking was gone. They tried to recover, but Branca was in. 2 goals in 2 games for Marco Branca. The Italian has really arrived on Teesside now. 31 minutes gone. It's Middlesbrough 1, Sunderland 0. Now Ray picks it up. Still plenty of purpose about Sunderland here. Middlesbrough really proving a hard defensive nut to crack. Johnston gets into the middle, the flag's up on the far side. Referee acknowledges it, but wants play to continue. Merson is round his man, and there's a break on here. Armstrong is going through the middle, he's got to time it right, and here's Branca now. Middlesbrough sweeping forward, Branca's round his man, it's still Branca going, Branca, he's done it again, Marco Branca, 2-0 Middlesbrough, 3 goals in 2 games, Marco Branca gets the sight of goal, and you cannot stop it. Brian Robson, the smile of satisfaction, what a buy. Branca was always going to have it. Fine first touch, round 1 man, they were all in there, but he would not be shaken off, and he got his shot in, and again it came off Perez. What an impact from Marco Branca. A goal in 3 minutes against Liverpool, and 2 now in this North East derby game, and the Frenchman couldn't stop the Italian, and Marco Branca has absolutely exploded onto the Teesside scene. 67 minutes. Marco Branca, his 2nd of the game, his 3rd in 2 matches. Sunderland's ball. If we just get that first one, maybe it would still be a chance to salvage a point. Got to get a breakthrough. And Schwarzer will have those all day long. And he's found Merson, and that is usually a problem for the opposition. He's looking for Armstrong, who's peeled off wide. Branca is up there. He's found Branca. He's got the return as well, and he's got the support now from Kinder. Armstrong taking it down, but Armstrong gets his shot in, and he scored as well. And Alan Armstrong, the a fine finish. He held it well, he got the turn in, and he got his shot past Perez into that far corner. 15 goals for Stockport this season. He's got his first for Middlesbrough, and he's set himself a fair old standard. A Newcastle fan, as a boy, he will have enjoyed inflicting the final death wound on Sunderland. But it's all about the borough now for Armstrong, and he's really entered in style. 3 minutes to go. It's 3-0 for Middlesbrough, and another new boy has done it. Alan Armstrong. Dichio, oh, that's a good ball to Clark, and Lee Clark has pulled one back. The start of stoppage time, something for Peter to at least enjoy, if that's the right word in the circumstances. Clark, first time he's really had the opening to shoot, and it's his 11th goal of the season. It was nicely laid off by Dichio and well finished by Clark. Good football and a strong finish for his 11th of the season, but in terms of the destiny of the points, it is just a gesture.